Welcome to Your Story video series brought to you by the Public Speakers Association. I'm so excited to introduce you our guest star today, Miss Cassandra Freeman. So Cassandra is award-winning inspirational speaker, queen of encouragement, author and blogger, happiness and positivity strategist, encouragement and accountability coach, Miss Cassandra Freeman.
Hi. So my story starts off with me being encouraged, and as a young girl, I was often encouraged by my parents, by my loved ones, my extended family. I was encouraged by my church family and the parents of my friends. And one of the things I found was that when you're encouraged, it brings out the best in you. It reveals your gifts, your talents, your purpose. And amazingly enough for me, it brought out and it sparked the encourager in me. You see, I am and have always been an encourager. And most people think that encouragement is something that we seek out when we're discouraged or when we're sad, but they don't realize that encouragement is something that we need on a daily basis to achieve the success that we want, to achieve that well-being that we want, and to achieve the best life that we see for ourselves. You see, over a lifetime encouragement, I have learned that encouragement, it brings you clarity, it brings you drive, a renewed sense of purpose, it brings you a steadfast strength to get through any goal journey, and it gives you the perseverance to mature into your best self. And how do I know that? I know that because I went through my life experiences, and I've also worked with others through their life goals. You see, I know what it means to encourage, and I've also overcome life circumstances and hardships. And through that, I have learned the secret to encouragement. You see, I was so used to encouraging other people always, and it wasn't until I learned how to encourage myself that I gained a deeper understanding of what encouragement meant, and the clarity and the perseverance and all that. And today I want to share a story with you about a time in my life where I had to learn to encourage myself, but I also learned so much more about encouragement. It was like my eye-opening moment, from encouraging someone in pain to encouraging yourself when you're in pain, to encouraging others when you're in pain, but also to encouraging people who want to make some amazing things happen in their life, who wants to transform their life into what they see their big vision to be. So here's the story of how I gained a deeper understanding of encouragement. This is the first time I'm actually sharing this publicly. So as a college student, I was in an abusive relationship. And it was in that relationship that I learned how to walk on eggshells, as they say. And I was punched, I had to wear the little hats, and I was dragged up and down stairs. I was beaten and bruised, often having, the different colors of my arms, the blue, the purple on my legs. And I was often threatened that if I did not shut up, then I was going to lose the rest of the life that I had. And so I learned how to hide myself. I learned how to hide my voice, who I was. I stopped speaking up because I was afraid to speak up. And I stopped encouraging others. And the only person that I encouraged was him. I often encouraged him to control his anger. I often encouraged him, I think, more so to protect myself. But in looking back at this situation, I feel like I encouraged him also because maybe a small part of me was also being me, being the encourager that I knew that I was. And I feel like looking back that subconsciously that maybe I was tailoring my gift to match my circumstances. And so there's a saying that says, when you encourage others, you encourage yourself. I'm actually not sure where I heard that at or where I read it at, but it holds true. And when I started to encourage him on all fronts even more, you know, to get help, to control his anger, to succeed in classes because sometimes things got hard, or even to achieve his life aspirations, I was encouraging myself too. I just didn't know it at the time. And the more I did that, the more I found the secret strength to reach out and ask for help and say, hey, I need something's going on. And the more I did that, the more in secret people would support me and encourage me and help me. And eventually it was to the point of where I was able to be released from that situation and not look back. I let it go. And I tell you, that was the best day of my life. It was one of the best days. And at the time I thought that the situation was over. Yes, the relationship was over, but I thought that journey was over because I was happy. But looking back over the situation, I know it was not over because I had been trained for years in that situation to that what I thought didn't matter and what I said didn't matter. And psychologically, I was not in a good place because I thought that what I was, who I was, didn't matter. So I had to get the professional help. And I found myself attracted to encouragement again. Very slowly, I started to encourage myself. Very slowly, I got more encouragement from other people. And the more encouragement I got, the more clarity I got, and the more I started finding myself in remembering my purpose and who I was, to the point where I was like, where have you been, girl? Where was that? Oh my goodness. I found myself in the person that I was before that relationship. And I was like, wow, Cassandra, hey girl, what's been going on? And when I got to that point, I said, you know what? I'm never going to allow anything or anyone to keep me from being me and using my gifts and talents to change others. But also, I'm not going to allow it to change myself. I'm going to help others transform their lives and my life too. And so I learned something very valuable after all that. What I learned for me was that it's okay for me to receive encouragement. I was always pushing out the encouragement, but it's also okay for me to receive the encouragement. But what I also learned was a secret to encouragement. And that is, we have to apply encouragement to our lives in order to transform it into what we know that it could be. I want to show you something. So we are often like these sponges. Like we have holes, we have gaps, we have issues, we have doubts, fears. And most of the time we have encouragement. Sometimes we'll just sit on it, right? We'll just hold the encouragement. But we all know that when you leave a wet sponge out, eventually it's going to get moldy. Or we take that encouragement, we soak it up, and then we let life, people, just drain it back out of us, and we don't do anything with it. We are left in a state of discouragement and fear and doubt. But if we just use a little bit of encouragement and apply it to our life, to our trials, to our tribulations, to the doubts and fears that we have, when we apply it to our life, we transform it into what we know that it can be. So my purpose always is to encourage you to use and apply encouragement so that you can transform your life to what you know it is, to what you know it can be, to what you see in your head, what you feel in your heart, what you know your big vision is. And I want to challenge you that maybe you heard something while I was talking, something that sparked something in you. Use that today to make your life better. Don't just say, oh, that was nice, and go on about your business. No, use it and apply it, and you will transform your life into what you know that it can be. Trust me on this. Now, I want to make sure that you stay encouraged and make sure that you get the daily encouragement that you need. So I want to make sure that you go to thoughtfulinspirations.com. Make sure you do that so you can get inspiration daily. And there'll be a link there for you to join our Facebook group, the Go Boss Facebook group. You do not want to miss this. We're doing some great things. We're doing trainings in there. We're going to be doing some rewards for great milestones that you make. And also on my homepage at thoughtfulinspirations.com, you will also get a variety of ways where you can bring your vision to a reality and transform your life. So make sure you go to thoughtfulinspirations.com, and I cannot wait to see you there. Don't wait today. Start transforming your life now.